Hey there, Start here. As you can see, I've finally got Penelo. So for those of you like me, you didn't buy any of the extra crest passes or spend on any of the shard bundles or anything like that. Today was the earliest you could get Penelo if you're playing free to play like me. You do have to grind 100,000 points in the current event, which is the Summoner's Path. So you got to do 100 of the EP points in order to finally get her. So I did that, auto battled my way to 100,000, picked up Penelo, and I wanted to do a clear of the Xenogears Vision World with her. So I immediately took her in there, did a test run, and realized quickly that and I want to make this clear to everybody when you get her, that you do have to enhance her abilities. The Charming Stage and Calamitous Step, those are the two abilities. The Charming Stage is the field, and the Calamitous Step is the 89% breaks with the 160 imperils. If you don't upgrade them, they are terrible. The fields are only 10% if you don't upgrade it, so you got to upgrade it to level 5 to get the 30% fields. And then Calamitous Step, if you don't upgrade it, I think it's only like an 85% break and a 120 imperil. So definitely make sure that you upgrade those before you try to take her into Vision World. I learned that lesson the hard way trying to do it, without those, and it doesn't work. So definitely make sure you upgrade those. Just wanted to do that as a little sort of PSA before I get in there. I haven't really upgraded her otherwise. I'm sort of slow upgrading her LB. Just doing like like when I do my Esper Ores, I just take her into battle with Locke there. He steals the Esper Ores and then she gets all the LB experience. So I'm just kind of slow rolling her LB that way. She's not very strong, so like don't stress about upgrading her. Her like pots and LB and all of that stuff. Honestly, not worth it. She's really just here for the fields and the imperils and the breaks. If you did happen to spend for the Crest Pass, no judgment here, but if you did and you have her to EX2, you will have access to her 200% light imperil, which is that's kind of the big draw for Penelo, really. But she is also a very good and effective replacement for Prompto, which I know a lot of people have seen Prompto being used in this Vision World. So I promised you guys I would do a clear with Penelo. And as I mentioned before, I wanted to do sort of a light and lightning hybrid team, because Penelo, whereas Prompto is like a light fire and ice sort of hybrid imperil unit, Penelo is light and lightning. So this is a great opportunity to bring Wondrous Flash Lightning, who I got a long time ago, to bring her on board. She works really great on this team because she also has a 40% sword imperil. So if you're one of the people that don't have Noctis, but you do happen to have Wondrous Flash Lightning, she can provide that sword imperil for Stern. If you don't have Wondrous Flash Lightning or Noctis, but maybe you have like Maria, you can easily slot Maria into Wondrous Flash Lightning's place, in which case I would just recommend giving Stern like the one-handed Dark Vision's Greatsword. I think it's the Dark Claymore. That way he can get some benefit from Celeste's 40% Greatsword imperil. And yeah, that would just be my recommendation. I was also super happy to, in light of the new Neovision Zon coming out for this Vision World, I did not get him. I wasn't about to pay an exorbitant amount of Lapis to pull for him. Didn't get lucky on tickets or ad summons, but I'm very happy that good old Mastermind Zon, the 7-star Zon, still has a place in this Vision World, and so I brought him in just because I could, and to show that we don't need the new Zon. Old Zon still works just as well, right? This is the team. Zon is here to steal Nora's killer buff. Nora has a 250% machine killer buff, so he's here to steal and spread that. And he's also going to provide some Mirage for the party. Stern, of course, is here just for damage. Lightning here for damage, as well as providing the Sword Imperil for Stern. Celeste, obviously the leader skill, the amps, amp field, all that good stuff. Penelo is our breaker and imperiler, and Nora really just here for the killers. That's pretty much it. Yeah, so you can honestly swap her out for anybody that provides machine killers for the party. You know, be that, maybe that's 2B, it could be Ilmatel, really it could be anybody. But I figured I would just use Nora here in this particular example. So I'll show you the gear at the end. Let's go ahead and get to the clear. It's a 4-turn clear. You could stretch it out to 5 if you need to. However, you might take some damage from the magic attack on turn 4. So because we're not using a magic tank of any kind, you really don't want to go to turn 5, because then you get that non-elemental magic attack on turn 4 that could potentially push your damage taken score out of whack. So preferably a 4-turn clear here. All right, obviously my Penelo being EX1 means she will not have her SLB, but we honestly don't care because she is just not that strong and is not gonna really be providing any damage for the party. So let's get on in here and see how we get this done. All right, first thing we're gonna do, Celeste is just gonna do triple bar Lightja because we wanna fill up Zahn's LB. That's what's gonna give us the 2-stack Mirage next turn. All right. Now Zahn is actually going to do Stealth. He's gonna hide this turn because we're gonna get a non-elemental magic attack, and his being a 7-star unit, his spirit is dreadfully low, so he will actually take quite a bit of damage. So he's gonna hide this turn so that we don't have to worry about that. Everyone else is going to guard except for Lightning. All right, Lightning is going to do Spark Strike for the 85% breaks, Rusty Engine for the machine mitigations, and we press forward just for a full buff for the party to reduce the damage. Okay, so we resist the elemental magic, but there's the non-elemental, and there's the MP drain. You may have noticed I've turned battle effects off because earlier today while I was doing the grinding, my phone just like slowed way down. Not sure what was going, maybe it's something with going on with a certain event. Maybe the animations were just like really killing my phone, but had to turn those off, so yeah. Zahn will now do his LB for the 2 stacks of Mirage for the party. All right, Celeste will do another bar Lightja to re-up those buffs, coordinated teamwork, and then Dazzling Neon. Okay. Nora and Stern are going to guard again on this turn because they don't have anything to do really. Penelo on this turn is going to fill her LB. She's going to do Remedy Lore, which does the ailment resist for the party, so that way you don't have to build in ailment resist if you don't want to. Okay, and then her last action can be anything. Just don't use her breaks or her field or anything like that. We'll just do Ether Waltz. Lightning will do Spark Strike again, Rusty Engine again, but then we're going to do The Whole World Is Against Us for the mod boost to her LB. Okay. So there we're resisting or evading all of the damage. Okay. Celeste can do, we'll just do bar Lightja again just to have something to do. Bright Future for the 100% amps, and Surpassing Limits Plus for the LB damage buff. All right, Penelo. All right, we'll do Charming Stage. This does the field. All right, it's 30% when you fully upgrade it. We'll do Calamitous Step, which does the 89% breaks, also does a 40% rod imperil. So she actually pairs really well with Maria, if you have Maria, because now you have a strong weapon imperil for Maria. And then, yeah, 160 imperils to both lightning and light. All right, so we'll do that. And then we're gonna end with Isolation, which does her mod boost and her mag store. Like I said, even with that, it's not going to do very much damage, but yeah, better to do it than not. All right, Stern will do Surpassing Limits for the LB damage buff, Fighter of Light Sword for the mod boost, and then Prescience for the 2-stack Mirage on himself. Nora is going to do Esoteric Lightning, Conqueror of Machines. That does the Machine Killer, so it does a 250 Machine Killer. Do note that the 250 Killer is only physical, but she does still do a 150 Magic Killer for the party. So even if you are bringing Maria, Maria won't get the 250 Killer, but she will still get a 150 Killer. All right. And then Torment to Torment for her 150 Lightning Amp and Mag Store. Lightning is going to do, we'll just do Elemental Burst Lightning. How I Live is up to me. And then, I don't know, we'll just do like Spark Strike again, I guess. Alright, Zon is going to do Critical Mirror on Nora and Projected Mirror to give everybody the killer. Okay. All right, so now we're just ready to kill. Nora is going to do Historia Fistoria so that she chains with lightning. Make sure you shift lightning. All right. Penelo does LB. Stern does LB. Celeste, make sure you shift Celeste. All right, she will do LB. And Zon does LB because Zon's LB is Extreme Nova, so he will chain with Celeste. Stern is, of course, Mirror of Equity. Penelo, unfortunately, is Bolting Strike, but we're gonna be doing so much chaining between everybody that Stern will easily weave into all of the Bolting Strike and Extreme Nova chains, so you don't have to worry about that. So the chain order I'm going to go in is I'm going to tap Nora, Lightning, Penelo, Stern, Celeste, and Zon in that order. In all, fairly quick succession, but that's the order that I'm going in. All right? And everybody should fit in the chain, no problem. Okay. And, as usual, we're looking for 24.5 bill or higher. This team should easily do that. Let's see how we do. Yep, 29.5, so 5 bill worth of overkill, so definitely plenty of room there if your units are not quite as strong. When I didn't, the first test run when I forgot to upgrade Penelo's skills, we only did like just barely 20 billion damage, so definitely make sure you upgrade those skills. So yeah, damage spread. Celeste and Stern are pretty much taking it away. Lightning just kind of helping us get across the finish line. Nora not really doing much. Penelo not doing much. Zon obviously not doing much as a 7-star unit, but of course Zon did provide the killers for us. But yeah, this is really Celeste and Stern's show, and Lightning is just helping us get that little extra to get over the finish line there. All right, if you had Maria in Lightning slot, I mean, she would just be crushing it. You saw how much damage she did in the last one, and that was with only like a 25% rod imperil. Imagine if she had the 40% imperil from Penelo. Maria would definitely be doing well in this fight as well. So yeah, there you go. That's just another way you get this one done with Spirited Friend Penelo. Let's take a quick look at the gear. All right, and show you what I used to get this one done. Basically, in everyone's normal form, they're 100% evade. So, like Zon, just build him for 100% evasion. Try and give him some elemental resist, although it doesn't really matter because we've got Barlightja, which provides the 200% light buff. So we honestly don't need to worry about it that much. So yeah, really for him, it's just the evasion. I didn't even give him a vision card because I don't want to assume that you've unlocked a vision card for your Zon. And that's pretty much it. Hairpin of Purity, although honestly you don't need it with Penelo because Penelo does provide the ailment resist buff for the party on turn 2, so you don't even need ailment resists in this gear. Stern, dual-wielding swords. Like I mentioned, if you don't have Lightning or Noctis to provide the sword imperil, my recommendation would actually be to give him 2 great swords, 2 one-handed great swords. There is a Dark Vision great sword, the Dark Claymore, and then honestly, well, you may still want to keep his STMR so that you don't have to equip his TMR. I haven't actually seen how the damage shakes out, but if you did give him a great sword, then the overall weapon in peril for him would be like 33% or something like that, as opposed to 25%. So yeah, definitely something to consider there. Yeah, just capping up his TDW. He doesn't need evasion because he can do his own 2-stack Mirage on himself on turn 3, so he doesn't need to be full evade. That's just the best vision card that I have for him, so use your best. So he is capped on Machine Killer, LB damage, all that good stuff, ready to go. Yep. Okay. Lightning in her normal form is just built for evasion, so Escape Artist. Winged Heart you don't need because we have Penelo now, but yeah, it was there before when I was doing test runs with Avon because we didn't have any form of ailment resist. She's got her own vision card because she's EX3, but if you don't have it, it's not that big of a deal. Really, she just needs to be able to punch out like 3 or 4 bill in order to get you across the finish line. All right. Don't forget that her clothes do give her 500 static attack, so that's from her special event. So hopefully you did that. And yeah, let's see. She gets Celeste's STMR there, so she caps up her. Well, actually, I guess she's got the Magister's Ring. She doesn't really need it. But if you didn't have the Magister's Ring, you could use Wings of the Warrior to cap up her chain limit boost. So I'm overcapped there on chain limit boost, actually. She's got 300 Machine Killer, 300 LB damage, good to go. And that's pretty much it. Celeste, just full evade. I did give her 3 stars and Ash's leg armor so that she has full MP reduction because we are casting Bar Lightja so often. And if you didn't have the MP reduction, each Bar Lightja costs 500 MP. So, with all of this on there, it only costs 100. All right, but originally, you can see it's originally 500 MP, but with all the MP reduction, it's now only 100. So that's kind of necessary for this clear because otherwise you will run out of MP like immediately. Like after turn 1, you won't be able to do anything because three Bar Lightjas is 1500 MP. So yeah, definitely need some MP reduction there for this particular strategy. Hairpin of Purity for stat resist, but like I mentioned, now that we have Penelo, we don't actually need that. And then just filling out her evasion. She gets Frosty's card because it's the best one I have for her. In her Brave Shift form, just full on damage. Maybe I just forgot to. Well, I think she overcaps everything. That's the reason why. Yeah, so she's like overcapped on everything. So I don't even need those last 2 slots. She does have her EX ability because she's EX3, but if you don't have it, it's not going to make or break your clear. So an EX2 Celeste is more than enough to handle this fight. All right. Penelo, I made her full evasion, and then just tried to bump up her spirit so that she doesn't take too much damage from the non-elemental magic attack on turn 1. Cryo Scrunchy, but like I mentioned, you don't actually need it. That was for the ailment resist before I realized that she had an ailment resist buff in her kit. And then yeah, I just kind of bulked her up and made her full evade. I gave her Power Cut card again just for bulk. Yeah, her killers aren't even maxed because I honestly don't care. Her damage sucks. So, you could build her for damage if you want. If you wanted to build her for damage, give her a rod because she has the 40% rod in peril. She is a mage, so you're going to be focusing on like magic killers, high magic gear, that sort of thing. But that's only if you like really need it. Like if you need, I think even if she was like fully geared out, she'd probably top out at like 600 million damage probably as an EX1 unit. But if you need that, like if you need just a few 100 million more to get across the finish line, you can consider building Penelo for damage, but I didn't. Nora, she is built for damage. Being an SLB unit, I didn't build her for evasion. You could, if, as you can see, her damage was not necessary, so you could build her for full evasion, but even not being full evade, we're not losing any damage on the damage taken score, so I just went ahead and built her out for for full magic. Oh, I forgot I forgot a vision card. Oh my goodness. Well, she could be doing more, but I didn't give her a vision card. So yeah, she could have probably done a lot more in that clear. Whoopsie. But as you can see, it was not necessary. But yeah, just an example. And like I said, Nora is really just here for the killer buff for Zon to steal. You could honestly, you could put 2B in her place. Or you could put like Ilmatel in her place and just have Ilmatel give all the killers, and that kind of nullifies Zon in a sense. So you could replace Zon with someone else. You could put a magic tank in Zon's place. Like, you know, I've used Esther and I've used Ash before. So you could put a tank in Zon's place, and then you could actually go out to turn 5 if you needed to use Penelo's SLB, things like that. But yeah, Nora was just an easy choice because she's also a lightning unit, so I figured she matched up well with Wonders Flash Lightning, so that we can kind of showcase both the light and lightning hybrid team here. But anyways, that's just one more way you can get a rank 1 in the current Vision world. Hopefully this has been helpful to you. This is the last rank 1 I'm going to do for this Vision world. I don't have any interest in building more teams. This was the last one I wanted to do with the new unit Penelo. You can honestly take Penelo and you can drop her into any of my previous light team clears in place of units like Prompto. She is an easy swap in any of those clears. So look at my previous light team clears. If those look better to you, put Penelo in those slots where maybe you're missing Prompto or a light imperil breaker unit, and you're good to go. All right. So thank you guys so much for following me, and I will see you on the other side.